Graphs of trigonometric function. Now, graph of y equal to sine x. We know that sine x is periodic with period 2 pi. So, we can so we have to draw the graph of sine x in the interval. So, our interval will be 0 to 2 pi. We will draw it in the interval 0 to 2 pi, and then we can extend it easily by repeating it over the intervals of length 2 pi. Okay. So, first of all, we have to construct the table. So, now for the table I have taken 0, pi by 6, pi by 3, pi by 2, 2 pi by 3, 5 pi by 6, pi, 7 pi by 6, 4 pi by 3, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 3, 11 pi by 6 and 2 pi. So, starting with sine x, we know that when x is 0, sine is 0. When x is pi by 6, sine x will be 1 by 2, which is 0.5. When this is pi by 3, root 3 by 2, which is 0.87. Sine pi by 2 is 1, sine 2 pi by 3 is 0.87. Sine 5 pi by 6 is 0.5, sine pi is 0. Sine 7 pi by 6 is minus 0.5, sine 4 pi by 3 is minus 0.87, sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1, sine 5 pi by 3 is minus 0.87, and then sine 11 pi by 6 is minus 0.5, sine 2 pi is 0. So, basically we have to draw the coordinates. Now, the coordinates, so you can see the coordinates 0, 0, where as we know in the coordinate axis where x, first term is x, so this is pi by 6, 0.5, pi by 3, 0.87, pi by 2, 1, 2 pi by 3, 0.87, 5 pi by 6, 0.5, pi 0, 7 pi by 6, minus 0.5, 4 pi by 3, minus 0.87, 3 pi by 2, minus 1, 5 pi by 3, minus 0.87, 11 pi by 6, minus 0.5, 2 pi is 0. Now, on the graph, we will take 1 centimeter. So, I will show you this graph. For this graph, we will take 1 centimeter as pi by 6 units on the x-axis, and we are taking 5 centimeter as 1 unit on y-axis. So, that is on the y-axis. So, now if you draw the graph, if you plot the points, you get a graph like this. As you can see, sine 0 is 0, sine pi by 0, sine 2 pi is 0, sine pi by 2 is 1, sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. So, this is the function for the sine x graph, in which you can see the range is from 1 to minus 1. Now, the graph of y equal to cos x. We know that cos x is periodic with period 2 pi. So, it is periodic with period 2 pi. So, we can draw the graph of cos x in the interval 0 to 2 pi. We can then extend it easily by repeating it over the interval of length 2 pi. So, first of all, again we have to draw these tables. You can see the table. So, this is 0, pi by 6, pi by 3, pi by 2, 2 pi by 3, 5 pi by 6, pi, 7 pi by 6, 4 pi by 3, 5 pi by 3, 11 pi by 6 and 2 pi. Now, see cos 0 is 1. As you can see, this is 1 only. Cos pi by 6 is root 3 by 2, which is 0.87. Similarly, cos pi by 3 is 0.5. Cos pi by 2 is 0. Cos 2 pi by 3 is minus 0.5. Cos 5 pi by 6 is minus 0.87. Cos pi is minus 1. Cos 7 pi by 6 is minus 0.87. Cos 4 pi by 3 is minus 0.5. Similarly, 5 pi by 3, cos 5 pi by 3 is 0.5, cos 11 pi by 6 is 0.87, 2 pi is 1. Now, basically we have to draw the, we have to mark these coordinates 0, 1, pi by 6, 0.87, pi by 3, 0.5, pi by 2, 0, 2 pi by 3, minus 0.5. Actually, we have obtained it from these values only. So, this is x, cos x represents y. So, this is 5 pi by 6. So, this is y is minus 0.87, means cos 5 pi by 6 is minus 0.87. Pi minus 1, 7 pi by 6 minus 0.87, 4 pi by 3 minus 0.5, 5 pi by 3 0.5, 11 pi by 6 0.87, 2 pi is 1. So now, first of all, we have to take the, we have to draw the, we have to, the axis, the scale, 1 centimeter is pi by 6 units again along the x-axis. 5 centimeter I have taken 1 unit along the y-axis. So these are the points. So this will be the graph after making the, after pointing the, plotting the coordinates. So you see cos 0 is 1, cos pi by 2 is 0, cos pi is minus 1, cos 3 pi by 2 is 0, cos 2 pi is again 1. So again the range of cos, graph of cos x, this graph is 1 to minus 1. So you can see the graph. Graph of y equals to tan x. We all know that y equal to tan x is defined for all real values of x except when x is an odd multiple of pi by 2. So when it's an odd multiple of pi by 2, that is not defined. Actually that tends to have an infinite value. Also tan x is periodic with period 2 pi. So what we will do over here is that we draw the graph of y equal to 2x, y equal to tan x in the interval 0, 2 pi and then extend it over to the other intervals. Now, as the x increases from 0 to pi by 2, now when x increases from 0 to pi by 2, tan x increases from 0 to infinite. Now, see, as x crosses the value of pi by 2, tan x becomes negative and a very large in magnitude. Negative, but though it's a large in magnitude, but that will be negative. So, and also x approaches from, as x approaches from pi by 2, from pi, tan x tends to becomes 0. Actually tan x comes to 0, not tends to become 0, tan x value is 0. Now consider this table. Now in this table I have drawn it from 0 to pi. So 0, pi by 6, pi by 4, pi by 3, pi by 2, 2 pi by 3, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 6 and pi. So tan 0 is 0, tan pi by 6 is 0.58, tan pi by 4 is 1, tan pi by 3 is 1.73, tan pi by 2 that is infinite, tan 2 pi by 3 is minus 1.73, tan 3 pi by 4 is minus 1, tan 5 pi by 6 is minus 0.58, tan pi is 0. Okay, so these are the coordinates 0, 0, pi by 6, 0.58, pi by 4, 1, pi by 3, 1.73, pi by 2, infinity, 2 pi by 3, minus 1.73, 3 pi by 4, minus 1, 5 pi by 6, minus 0.58 and pi, 0. So first of all, in the graph, we will see the scale. So we take 1 centimeter as pi by 6 units on x-axis and we are taking 2 centimeter as 1 unit on the y-axis. So this will be the graph. Now see, this will be the graph. So see, this will be the x-axis. It starts from 0 over here and then we are extending it. So basically I am drawing it from 0 to pi. So this is pi by 6, pi by 4, pi by 3, plotting the values and joining them by the free hands. Actually all the graphs that we have done, I have joined it by the free hands only. So see, at pi by 2, this tends to go infinite. Similarly, you see 2 pi by 3, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 6, these are the values. So at pi by 2, this goes minus, but with a very large magnitude. At pi this becomes 0 and again this is at 3 pi by 2, this will be infinity, so this will be not joined to it. Okay, no, now see, as I said, see, as x increases, now you can see as the x increases from 0 to pi by 2, see from 0 to pi by 2 it tends to go to infinite position. The x increases from 0 to infinity. Now x crosses the value. As it crosses the value, this becomes negative, but in the very large magnitude, but in the negative direction. Now tan x becomes negative and is a very large in magnitude. So this will be the graph of tan x. Graph of y equals to a sine bx. Now suppose sine graph and it is of this form, a sine bx. Now we know that, see, sine bx from the graph, as we have studied, now the range of this graph is from minus 1 to 1. So if you multiply a on both sides, this will be minus a a sine bx a. So basically this is from minus a to a. Okay, now we know that sine x is periodic with 2 pi. Okay, so sine bx will be periodic. So in this case, if it is bx, it will be periodic with 2 pi by b. You divide it by the number over here, 2 pi by b. Now see, now we have to draw the graph of y equal to 3 sine 2x. Similarly, we know that sine 2x values lie between minus 1 to 1. So sine 2x, this will, if multiplying this with 3, actually sorry, this should be 3, this should be here 3. So 3 sine 2x will be from minus 3 to 3, minus 3 to 3. Now we know that sine 2x is periodic with, will be periodic with 2 pi, now dividing by this number 2. So basically sine 2x will be periodic in pi. So we draw the graph of y equal to 3 sine 2x in the interval 0 comma pi. Okay, and thus we can extend it from 0 to pi. So here are the values. So the values is actually I have taken from 0 to pi. So see, first of all, this is x, this is 2x, this is sine 2x, and this is then 3 sine 2x. So when x is 0, 2 times of x is 0. Now sine 0 is 0. Similarly 3 sine 2x will be 0. So basically this will be our x coordinate and this will be the y coordinate. So this is pi by 6, twice is pi by 3, sine pi by 3 is root 3 by 2, 0.87, 0.87 times 3, 2.61. Similarly pi by 4, this will be pi by 2, sine pi by 2 is 1, 1 times 3, you get 3. Similarly pi by 3, twice of 2 pi by 3, this becomes root 3 by 2, this is 0.87 and this becomes 0.87 times 3, 2.61. Pi by 2, so twice of pi by 2 is pi, sine pi is 0. So if we do 0 times of 3, that will be, sorry, 0 times of 3, that will be 0 only. This is 2 pi by 3, twice of it, this will become 4 pi by 3, and this will be minus root 3 by 2, which is minus 0.87 times 3 minus 2.61. Similarly, this was 3 pi by 4, we do times 2, 2x, 3 pi by 2, this is minus 1, then times 3, minus 3. 5 pi by 6 is 5, 2 times will become 5 pi by 3, which is 0.87 times 3 minus 2.61. 2 pi, this was pi actually, so this becomes 2 pi, sine 2 pi is 0, 3 times is 0. So these are the coordinates, 0 comma 0, pi by 6 comma 2.61, pi by 4 comma 3, pi by 3 comma 2.61, pi by 2 comma 0, 2 pi by 3 comma minus 2.61, 3 pi by 4 minus 3, 5 pi by 6 minus 2.61, 0 comma 0. So now see, here there is a bit change of scale. Now scale that which I have taken is, I have taken 4 centimeter as pi by 3 units on the x-axis and 1 centimeter is 1 unit on the y-axis. So plotting the points, here you get, so now you see the range is from 3 to minus 3, and here are the points. So these are plotted all against, like all against these points. So this will be the graph. So basically what you have to understand is that if the function sine, suppose the graph is 3 sine 2x, so this basically gives you the amplitude. So range will be 3 and minus 3, and for the period we know that sine x is periodic with 2 pi, so 2 pi divided by this number we will get its period, which is pi in this case. As you can see, it is pi in this case and we can further extend it. Now for the graph of y equals to a cos bx. Now the same story, cos bx, cos range also lies from minus 1 to 1. So if you do a times a cos bx, this is minus 2, minus a to a. Similarly, we know that cos x is periodic in 2 pi, so this cos of bx will be periodic in 2 pi by b divided by this number b. Now we have to draw the graph of, suppose we draw the graph of y equal to 3 cos 2x. So again same thing, cos 2x lies between minus 1 to 1 and multiplying throughout by 3, this will be 3 cos 2x minus 3 to 3. Okay, 3 cos 2x is periodic, that will be periodic in, this is cos 2x, so 2 pi by 2, this is periodic in pi. So we will be drawing it in the interval of 0 to pi. So you can see 0 to pi. So when x is 0, this 2x is again twice of 0 is 0, but cos 0 is 1, 1 times 3 is 3. Pi by 6, twice of pi by 6 is pi by 3. Now cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2, which is 0.5. 3 times of 3 times of 0.5 is 1.5. Pi by 4, twice of pi by 4 is pi by 2. Cos pi by 2 is 0. Cos pi by 2 is 0, then thrice of 0 will be 0. Now pi by 3, twice of pi by 3, pi by 3, twice of pi by 3, cos 2 pi by 3 is minus half, which is minus 0.5, again 3 times of it, minus 1.5. Pi by 2 is again, you have to do twice of it, this becomes pi, cos 2x is minus 1, this is minus 3. 2 pi by 3, this is 4 pi by 3, minus 1 by 2, minus 0.5, minus 1.5. 3 pi by 4, 3 pi by 2, we know that cos 3 pi by 2 is 0, so 3 times of 0 is 0. 5 pi by 6, so twice of it will be 5 pi by 3, cos 5 pi by 3 is 1 by 2, which is 0.5, thrice of 0.5 is 1.5, cos pi, twice of, this is 2 pi, 1, cos 2 pi is 1, 1 times of 3 is 3. So these are the coordinates, actually this is the x, y coordinate will be this, so 0, 3, pi by 6, 1.5, pi by 4, 0, pi by 3, minus 1.5, pi by 3, minus 3, 2 pi by 3, minus 1.5, 3 pi by 4, 0, 5 pi by 6, 1.5, and pi, 3. So again, scale that I have taken this time is again the same as the previous one. 4 centimeter as pi by 3 units along x-axis, 1 centimeter is 1 unit along y-axis. So this will be the graph. Bond joining the points, we obtain the graph like this. Again, we see that the range is from 3 to minus 3, and this is periodic in the period 2 pi. So this will be the graph of y equals 3 cos 2x. So the amplitude will become 3 times. So range will be 3 to minus 3, but the period is 2 pi by divided by this number, which is pi. So this is the graph.